Hello and welcome into One Trinity Place in San Antonio, Texas, as we're all set for Game 2 of this top 10 matchup between the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater and Trinity. Hello, everybody. Welcome into San Antonio. I am Cole Isaacson. As we're all set to get going, we'll run through the starting lineup for the defending national champion, Wisconsin-Whitewater Warhawks. You see it on your screen. So it'll start off with Aaron Holland, followed by Andy Thies, Danny Hopper at third base, Cade Honkamp, Leighton Bowers, Dominic McVeigh in center, Nelson Phillips, Wyatt Jensen, and Jackson Spring. It's the exact same starting nine as last night when the Warhawks got the 6-2 victory over Trinity to start the season 1-0. And then on the mound for the Trinity Tigers will be Jake Beck. Beck, the sophomore from Austin, Texas, made 13 appearances last season and 10 starts. 42 and a third innings pitched, a 4.04 ERA. Had no starts of 5 innings last season. Talking to Coach Dave Smith about him in this season, talking about how his arsenal has gotten a lot better. Says that is not a guy that we are going to pull at 4 2/3 anymore, and we'll see how long he goes against this potent Wisconsin-Whitewater offense. It was an offense that came to life in last night's game, the 6-2 victory. A Warhawks team that started last season 18-0 on its way to its third national title, starting the season 1-0 this year. Tigers trying to change that and get their first victory of the year. Aaron Holland stepping into the batter's box, all ready to go. Everything is set. And we're underway from One Trinity Place with a foul ball. Will go down as strike one. Beck last season, he last pitched in the game the Tigers got eliminated in, but pitched quite well despite the fact that the team lost 15-2 to Rowan in the College World Series. Through 4 innings and was very effective. Strike called here, and it's quickly 0-2 on Holland. Beck with 4 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, only 2 earned runs allowed against Rowan before he got yanked. And eventually it was the Tigers bullpen that really gave it up in the end. Beck trying to build on that strong performance to end the season. Check swing from Holland. They appeal to first, and he did not go around. Brings the count to 1-2. Aaron Holland, second on the team in batting average last season, hitting over 400. Trying to replicate what he did last year without the same supporting cast around him. Big swing and a miss from Holland. And the first strikeout of the day for Jake Beck comes on the first batter. Goes with the breaking ball and gets Holland to swing. Holland, who led the nation in hits last season, down as the first out of the first inning. Now Andy Thies. Thies, who hit 500 in yesterday's game, also recorded an RBI. A .346 hitter last season. Knocked in 5 runs batted in the World Series clinching game against Messiah. First pitch from Beck, misses, ball 1. Jake Beck charged with slowing down this potent Whitewater offense in the first game of this doubleheader. Ground ball to Coney, fields it on a couple of hops. Throw to first, close, but in time. And quickly 2 up, 2 down for Jake Beck. See how close this play was at first. And just in time. Coney a little slow getting the throw out. Maybe let that ball hop in extra time instead of charging it. Either way, it gets the out. And it brings up Danny Hopper to the plate. Takes ball 1. Hopper playing at third today. Recorded 2 base hits in yesterday's game. All told, a 2-for-5 night overall. Batting third once again as he did last night. Pitch low, misses from Beck. And he falls behind 2-0. 2-0 pitch from Beck. Strike called. So far, a quick inning for Jake Beck, trying to prevent any two-out thunder that the Warhawks might have ready to roll. Pitch to Hopper. Outside, 3-1. And in danger of allowing the two-out walk. So Wisconsin-Whitewater offense last season that led the nation in several important categories, including hits, on-base percentage, slugging, home runs. Swing and a miss. And that'll bring the count full. These Warhawks have gone after Jake Beck's breaking ball so far. We'll see which pitch he trusts in this situation. The 3-2. Strike 3 called. And the ball gets away. Runner goes to first. And safe. Thomas Moss did not secure the ball. It ended up going out to Beck. And just a mental error by Trinity defensively, allowing the first base runner of the day. You'll see it here again. It's the fastball down the middle. Moss couldn't secure it. Yeah, just spiked it. Should have tagged him. Beck tried to recover, but unable to do so. Still goes down as the second strikeout of the day for Jake Beck. As it looks like we have a ball in right field. And Callan Singhania ranges over to get that out of play. The obstruction removed, and now we can get back to the game. Cade Hongkamp, the junior, only appeared in 11 games last season. Batted 100 and now hitting cleanup for the Warhawks. Waves at that pitch out ahead of it. Whitewater working with Hopper on first. Reached on the drop third strike. Pitch just misses outside. Beck trying to recover from the mistake. Thomas Moss not catching it and not tagging the batter, making his first start at catcher in his Trinity career. Here's a high chopper to Lustina, fields it on one hop, throws errantly. That ball goes all the way to the dugout. Runner thinks about coming home, but Baker able to secure it in time, so another fielding mistake. The errant throw by Michael Lustina. And Beck just wondering what he needs to do to get an out at this point. Goes down as an E5. And it puts runners at second and third for Whitewater. Beck now dealing with the middle of the order in Leighton Bowers. Bowers the DH today. First pitch low. Whitewater scored 2 runs in their first inning yesterday, and Bowers a big part of that. A 2 RBI double to put the Warhawks up 2-0 at the time, a lead they would not relinquish. Strike called. Now Beck trying to work around this traffic. Bowers, all told, reached 3 times in yesterday's game. The double and then 2 walks coming after that. Ropes one into left field, but not deep enough. Matthews able to make the catch. And Trinity gets out of the inning. One riddled with defensive errors, but still 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the first in San Antonio. Welcome back to One Trinity Place in San Antonio, Texas. The starting lineup for the Tigers. A couple changes in there towards the back. It'll start with Caleb Woodward, followed by Singhania, Baker, Jones, Lustina, and then Thomas Moss in at catcher. Calcone hitting at 7th once again. And then Pierce Matthews and John Ramsey rounding it out. First pitch from Kirchner. Misses for ball 1. Franklin Kirchner, the first year from Illinois, making his first start in his Wisconsin-Whitewater career today. Pitch misses high, 2-0. The left-handed pitcher delivers his first strike, 2-1. Caleb Woodward, over a 300 hitter last season for Trinity. In terms of what he did yesterday, only reached by way of a hit by pitch, hitless in last night's game. The 2-1 misses, now 3-1 to Woodward, who's been hitting leadoff for the Tigers for the last year now. Pretty consistently, starts the season that way as well. Fouls that pitch off, and the count runs full. It's one thing I overheard being on the field before this game is the Tigers want to work on their two-strike approach for this game. Really focusing on extending at-bats. Here's the 3-2. Woodward. It's a fly ball into left field. Falling fast and falling fair. Ball rolling all the way to the wall. Woodward will settle in at second base for a lead-off double to get things going for Trinity. See where this ball was hit. Kind of late on it, just flared it the other way into left field. And sometimes those are the ones you need to fall. A Trinity team that struggled to get hits in last night's game. Brings up Callan Singhania. Went 2 for 4 in last night's game with 2 singles. Woodward on second. Pitch gets away. The wild pitch slips by Holland, and Woodward advances 90 feet to third. So Franklin Kirchner, in his first career start, already dealing with some adversity. Gave up the flare into left field that just sunk barely in fair territory. And now the wild pitch, dealing with the top of this Tigers lineup. That managed to score a run in the first inning, but not much after that. Held to 2 runs last night overall. Singhania takes a strike inside edge. Count even at 1-1. Singhania looking for his first RBI of the year. Not going to get it there. Out of the way of an inside pitch, 2-1. The Whitewater infield shifted a little bit to their left in preparation for the right-handed hitter. Outside again. Back-to-back 3-1 counts dealt by Kirchner. It's big, swing and a miss. Singhania being aggressive on the 3-1 count, and the count will run full once again. Back-to-back full counts here. Runner on third is Woodward. Fouled off the end of his bat, and we'll do it again. Tigers looking for their first lead of the series and the season. Here in the bottom of the first, no runs scored yet. 3-2, high, ball 4. And the Tigers have him at the corners. The walk worked by Singhania. And it brings up Will Baker. Baker, a .290 hitter from last season. In terms of what he did yesterday, hitless, but did work 2 walks. Grounds one through the hole in right field, and it'll score a run. Woodward in safely, and it's 1-0 Trinity. The RBI single for Will Baker. Able to hit the breaking ball, pull it past the dive of Andy Thies. And still nobody out in this inning. The first three Tigers have all reached. Nick Jones, the cleanup hitter, coming up to the plate. Jones with an RBI single in the first inning in yesterday's game. The only hit he would get yesterday, also reached by way of a hit by pitch. Takes a pitch inside. A tough assignment for Franklin Kirchner, facing a team that went to the College World Series last season in his first career appearance. And the umpire stepping out, calling time. Seems like we're good to go again. Runners on first and second for Trinity, still nobody out. Singhania waits on second, Baker on first after his RBI single. This is fouled into the screen, evens the count at 1-1. Tigers with the 1-0 lead, the RBI single from Will Baker, bringing in Woodward, who led off this game with a double into left field, barely falling fair. Tigers who lost 6-2 yesterday. Big swing and a miss from Jones. Waved at the high pitch. Count 1-2. Kirchner looking for his first out of the game. Jones hits a high fly ball to left field. Phillips ranging just in front of the warning track. Camps under it for out number one of this inning. Singhania bluffed like he was going to tag, but didn't end up doing it. Goes down as an empty out and brings up Lustina. Michael Lustina in yesterday's game hit 6, now he hits 5th. Struck out twice, reached on a walk, held hitless overall. Had the error in the first inning at third base, trying to atone for that, even if it didn't result in any runs. Double steal for Trinity, throw to second. Looks like it's in time, and it is. So Singhania gets the stolen bases, he goes to third. Baker thrown out at second, 2 down in the inning. And not even close. Aaron Holland gunning him down by a country mile. So now just a runner on third, 2 down for Trinity. Lustina waves at that pitch, 0-1. Kirchner. Now 2 down in the inning all of a sudden. His defense helping him out. Lustina fouls this one onto the roof of the Bell Center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the best of the season so far. Lustina down 0-2 after the foul ball. Chopper to third. Hopper handles it and throws to first to end the inning. So Whitewater ends up surrendering the run, but it could have been a lot worse. Trinity with the 1-0 lead as we head to the second on Tiger Network. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. The Tigers with the 1-0 lead, striking first in the first inning. Now here for the second as Dominic McVeigh will lead things off. Squares up to bunt and pulls it back for ball one. McVeigh with the dreaded hat trick in last night's game, struck out 3 times, 0 for 3 overall. Did reach on a hit by pitch. The 1-0. Taken for strike one. McVeigh, one of the few returning bats in this Whitewater lineup. Started in 44 games last season, went 0 for 4 against Trinity in the College World Series in the one game they played against each other. Breaking ball misses from Beck. Count 2-1. Beck trying to follow up a scoreless first where he had to work around some defensive errors. 2 of them for Trinity. The dropped third strike by Thomas Moss, kind of a weird play. Just wasn't thinking clearly on that one. And then the errant throw from Lustina. This is chopped foul. Count even at 2-2. McVeigh looking for his first hit of the season. Guy who averaged .293 last year. Breaking ball misses in the dirt. And the count runs full. McVeigh gets on. He's a weapon in terms of stolen bases. Leads the Warhawks in terms of returners in stolen bases. Had 12 last year. So not a guy that you want to let on, especially in the leadoff position. The 2-2. McVeigh rifles this one to center. Woodward ranging over to his right and makes the catch for out number 1. One thing to note, the wind has died down a little bit, but for the most part it is blowing in, so expect a lot of these fly balls to hang up in the air. We'll see how Beck continues to manage that. Nelson Phillips coming up to the plate. Phillips with 2 hits in yesterday's game, a single and a double to get his Whitewater career going. This one lined to Coney and caught. So got all of that baseball, absolutely tattooed it, but Cal Coney in the perfect position at second. Didn't even have to move. Just got down to a knee, made the catch calmly and coolly. And it brings up Wyatt Jensen. Jensen with a base hit and a walk in yesterday's game. Pitch just misses. Count 1-0. Jensen only played in 9 games last season, did not record a hit. And now a regular starter, at least for the beginning part of this year, in right field. Lined at Coney again, who makes another catch, this time in the air. Perfect positioning for Cal Coney to end the inning. It's still 1-0 Trinity, middle of the second on Tiger Network. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. The Tigers with the 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Franklin Kirchner back on the mound. for his second inning of work. And he'll face Thomas Moss. Moss getting his first career start at catcher today. Rifles one into right field, high and deep, but not deep enough, as Jensen ranges in to make the catch for quick out number one. And that will bring up Cal Coney, who's seen a lot of action in this game already. Recorded the final 2 outs for Trinity in the last inning. Both line drives right at him. One of them he had to go down the catch. The other one had the jump. .333 average so far in this very, very young season. Strike called on a pitch inside. Coney with a base hit in yesterday's game. Also got hit by a pitch. Takes a pitch high, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Coney, the senior from Los Angeles, California, mentioned last night that he finished last season 1 for his last 22. Already with a hit in this season, though. And a good take outside. And low, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the first career strikeout for Franklin Kirchner. Quickly 2 down in the inning. And reminiscent of what Whitewater was doing to this Trinity offense in last night's game. Brings up Pierce Matthews, starting in left field today, making his first appearance of the season. It's a fly ball high and over towards the foul line. Jensen able to make the catch in fair territory. A quick 1-2-3 inning will send us to the third. Tigers still with the 1-0 lead. Welcome back to the Alamo City, top of the third here on the campus of Trinity University. Jake Beck out there for his third inning of work, as he will go against the bottom of this Wisconsin-Whitewater lineup. Jackson Spring looking for his first hit of the season still. Takes a ball low and inside. Spring with 2 strikeouts in yesterday's game, 0 for 4 all told. Made 25 appearances last season, 13 starts, all at short. This is a line drive to right field. Singhania ranging over, making the catch in the corner for out number 1. Callan Singhania showing the range out there in right. And that will flip the lineup over. Aaron Holland up for his second plate appearance of the day. Struck out the first time he faced Beck. Takes ball 1. Holland still looking for his first hit of the season. Only walked in last night's game, the only time he reached. It's a ground ball. Coney fields it cleanly and throws for a quick out number 2. So Jake Beck in complete command right now of this one. Brings up Andy Thies, 0 for 1 with a ground out so far in this game. First pitch from Beck. Chopper foul down the first base line. Count 0-1. Talking to pitching coach Dave Smith about Jake Beck, saying he won last year on throwing strikes pretty much. His arsenal progressing throughout the year, and now it's just gotten that much better in the offseason. Says it's tough to put that progress into numbers. Can't guarantee he'll half his ERA or anything like that. Swing and a miss from Thies. But saying overall as a pitcher in terms of his skill set, a way better version of Jake Beck is what we're going to see this year. Says he's definitely not a guy we're pulling after 4 2/3 anymore. Trying to finish the third inning on an 0-2 pitch. Ground ball slowly to Coney. Has to range in and flips with his glove. It gets away for a second. A tough play to make for Coney as Thies is safe. And kind of an in-between situation for Coney. Maybe not sure if he should throw it or flip it with the glove. We'll see how they score this one. Whether it will be the third error of the day for Trinity or the first hit of the game for Whitewater. Either way, Thies aboard on first and Danny Hopper into the batter's box. Foul tip off the end of the bat. Goes down as strike 1. Hopper 0 for 1 today, struck out in the first inning looking. And they have flashed an E on the scoreboard. The third error for Trinity today already defensively by 3 different players. Waves at that pitch, 0-2. Whitewater working with 2 down. And a runner on first in Thies. Thies, who stole 11 bases last season, was not caught. We'll see if they run him here. They do. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Moss this time throws to first in time, and that ends the inning. Another scoreless inning thrown by Jake Beck as we head to the bottom of the third in San Antonio. Tigers with the 1-0 lead. Welcome back to Trinity University Ballpark. An interesting line score on your screen right now. All zeros for Whitewater except for the left on base category. And then 1 run, 2 hits, and 3 errors for Trinity as they have the 1-0 lead. Franklin Kirchrich back on the mound. He faces John Ramsey. Takes a strike. Ramsey did not play in yesterday's game, so making his season debut, the sophomore. Kirchner throws an inside strike. Quickly ahead 0-2. Ground ball past the dive of Honkamp and into right field. Ramsey rounding first, heading for second. The throw will not be made. A stand-up one-out double for John Ramsey to get his season going. Just off the end of the bat, down the first base line. And it sets up the top of this Trinity order in Caleb Woodward, who's already 1 for 1 today with a double of his own. The second inning in 3 tries where the Tigers have led it off with a double. The first one came around to score. We'll see if Woodward can bring around Ramsey. Said he bunts, tries to pull it back. And he's hit, and it looks like he's hurt on the hand right now. You can see a clear wince from Caleb Woodward. He will head to first base. See where that got him. Yeah, right on the finger. That is not a good place to get hit. Woodward aboard for the second time today. 2 runners on, nobody out, and Callan Singhania up to bat. Walked in his first plate appearance today. 2 hits in last night's game. The first baseman, Honkamp, coming in, maybe ready for a bunt. Tries to square up, and a called strike. We'll see if Singhania tries it again or not. A situation where it makes sense, trying to set up the heart of the lineup. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Tigers already up 1-0. Here in the bottom of the third, squaring up to bunt again, popped straight up into the air. And Hopper makes the easy catch for out number 1. So not what you wanted to see on that bunt attempt. Kind of wasted out in this situation. Brings up Will Baker. 1 for 1 with a base hit. Was an RBI single, representing the only run of this game so far. Working with runners in scoring position again. Strike called. Kirchner's been working around traffic throughout this game so far. Allowed the first 3 base runners to reach in the first inning. Went 1-2-3 in the second, though. Baker has to get out of the way of the inside pitch. Evens the count at 1-1. John Ramsey waiting on second after his leadoff double. And Woodward on first. The 1-1. Just misses. Kirchner behind, 2-1 here to Baker. Line to the other way into left field, a fair ball, running all the way to the corner and takes a bad hop. Ramsey comes in to score. Woodward being waved around. The throw in is not in time. A 2 RBI double. Will Baker delivering. 3-0 Trinity. Tigers up 3-0 in this game, and all 3 RBIs coming off the bat of Will Baker. That took a nasty ricochet off of the Trinity bullpen, which juts out into left field foul ground. And it allowed Caleb Woodward to score all the way from first. Now Nick Jones stepping into the batter's box, 0 for 1 today. Flew out in the first inning, takes ball 1. Jones working out of DH today. Played in left field yesterday. Tigers trying to extend this lead, already up 3-0. Still only 1 down in the inning. Pitch just misses. Kirchner trying to find his rhythm in this game. He's had problems with the top of this Trinity lineup so far. Top 3 batters for Trinity reaching in 5 of their 6 tries between the 3 of them. Strike called. He's had a lot more success with the rest of the lineup, with nobody reaching outside of John Ramsey, who came around to score in this inning. trying to continue that success against Nick Jones as he steps off. Kirchner in his collegiate debut. A tough ask against a World Series caliber team. The 2-1 misses, and now it's 3-1. Michael Lustina waiting on deck. Will Baker waiting on second, the only base runner with one down. The infield shifted to the left. Jones grounds it to short. And the throw from Spring in time for out number 2. And that brings up Michael Lustina with 2 down in the inning. Lustina at third base today. Grounded out to his counterpart at third in his only plate appearance of the day, 0 for 1. Still looking for his first hit of the season. Reached in yesterday's game with a walk. Bats with 2 down and takes strike 1. Tigers with 4 hits so far in this game. 3 runs and 3 errors as well. Whitewater with none of all of those things. Waves at that pitch out in front. Quickly 0-2. Kirchner trying to limit the damage in this inning where the Tigers have already scored 2. Off the 2 RBI double from Will Baker. Pitch way high, Lustina taking. Count 1-2. Whitewater winning yesterday's game 6-2, trying to secure at least a split in this series. Something they were able to do when they were last here in San Antonio 2 years ago. Lustina lines one into right field, sinking and falling. Baker coming around from second to score, and it's 4-0 Tigers. First hit, first RBI of the season for Michael Lustina. Tigers hitting the ball the other way really well today. And Lustina doing it on that play. Thomas Moss now in the batter's box, 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. And it looks like that will be the day for Kirchner. Making his debut with Whitewater, a tough assignment on the road against a team ranked 9th in the country who went to the College World Series last year. Head coach John Vodenlich coming out. Saw him point his finger, though I don't see anybody running in from the Whitewater bullpen quite yet. See if this is just a delay or if nobody is coming into the game. Talking to Coach Vodenlich about his pitching plan for this weekend, because this is the only series of the month for Whitewater. They won't play again until spring break in early March. Says that guys probably won't throw a lot. We'll probably see a lot of guys, though in this case, it looks like no change will be made. The lefty Kirchner will remain out there and will face Thomas Moss. Still 2 down in the inning. The Tigers have scored 3 in. Big swing and a miss from Moss. Quickly 0-1. The 2 RBI double from Will Baker, and then the RBI single just a little bit ago for Michael Lustina. Pitch low and outside, 1-1. Fouled off the end of the bat into the screen, 1-2. A lot of questions coming into this year about who the catching tandem would be. It was so clear for a number of years in this program with Tyler Pettit and Nick Lazera, and then eventually Nick Lazera and Matthias Riding. And with Lazera graduating, a lot of questions for who that second catcher would be. Thomas Moss getting the first crack as they throw to first. Not in time to get Lustina, who dives back safely. Kirchner working with 2 down. Runner on first is Michael Lustina. They try and get him again. A sneaky pickoff move from the lefty. Lustina able to get back in time. A couple of these have been close. You see some pitchers try a pickoff maneuver, and it's not even close. You wonder why they do it. Kirchner, a lefty, so a little bit easier for him. It's been pretty effective. Pitch rides inside. Evens the count at 2-2. Two-two pitch, 2 down in the inning. Moss waiting. Sends a chopper to left. Spring, the sliding stop, the throw to first. Not in time, and it gets away. Moss will head for second. Lustina going to third. Moss diving in safely, and the error gives Trinity another crack at it with 2 down. So Moss getting credit for the base hit initially, as it looks like he would have been safe if the throw was on line. The extra bases will be counted as the first error of the day for Wisconsin-Whitewater. Cal Coney now up to bat, an opportunity to really take control of this game for Trinity. 2 down in the inning, runners on first and third, after they score that last play from Thomas Moss as a single and an error. Coney 0 for 1 today. Struck out against Kirchner in the only time he's faced him. Tigers already up 4-0 in an inning where they've scored 3. They have already knocked in more hits than they had all of last night. First pitch just misses outside. Count 1-0. Coney reached twice in last night's game, a base hit and a hit by pitch. Trying to come through here. Fouled off the end of the bat into the screen, 1-1. No lead is ever safe in Division III baseball. Tigers looking to add on any way they can early in this one. Big swing and a miss from Coney. Trying to make it 7-0 instead of 6-0 on that one. Now batting with 2 strikes, 1-2. Just misses up. Two count. Runner on third is Lustina. Runner on second is Moss. Coney fouls it into the screen and will do it again at 2-2. Kirchner, who had a meeting from his head coach in this inning, given the vote of confidence, remaining out there in the third. Trying to get himself out of this jam. Check swing, did he go? First place umpire says no. And the count runs full at 3-2. See on the replay, looked like a check. First base umpire agreeing. Now the 3-2. Taken for ball 4, and the bases are loaded with 2 down. Cal Coney working the long, drawn-out walk. And it brings up Pierce Matthews with the bases loaded against Wisconsin-Whitewater once again. Matthews 0 for 1 today. Flew out to right. The last time he was in this situation, he did serious damage in the third game of the 4-game set 2 years ago. A grand slam off his bat. Takes ball 1. Matthews getting the nod in left field today after not playing in yesterday's game. Lustina on third, Moss on second, Coney on first after the walk. Matthews grounds one up the middle, bobbled, not in time, Moss trying to come home to score. Tagged out. And that is how the inning ends. Still an RBI single for Pierce Matthews to extend the lead. Moss thrown out at home to end the inning, where the Tigers score 4 and lead it 5-0. As we'll see the replay of how that last frame ended. The diving stop by Jackson Spring. Alertly getting up, seeing that Thomas Moss was coming home, and clearly throws him out. It ends an inning where the Tigers plate 4 and lead it 5-0. We'll head to the 4th in San Antonio. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. The Tigers in control of this game so far, up 5-0. Jake Beck trying to protect this lead, and he'll face the middle of the Whitewater order. Cade Honkamp leading the inning off. Takes ball 1. Honkamp 0 for 1 today, reached on an error at third base. Honkamp hit a double in the top of the 9th inning in yesterday's game. His only hit of the season so far. Takes ball 2. We were looking at the replay in between innings, seeing if Thomas Moss was sent or not, and it looked like may have been a miscommunication at third base. The assistant coach, Joey Deering, telling Michael Lustina to come home, kept waving his arms, and Moss probably looked up a little too soon. Ended up rounding third and was easily thrown out at home. Beck behind here, 3-0. Called strike. Just the margins where a baseball game can change. Tigers would have had another opportunity with the bases loaded with 2 outs. Still scored a run on that sequence, up 5-0, as this is fouled right into the stomach of Moss. He's going to walk around for a second. Home plate umpire, maybe a professional courtesy there. Exchanging baseball, stalling a little bit. Fouled off the end of the bat of Honkamp. Beck, after falling behind 3-0, battling back to work this count full. Swing and a miss, that's strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts in the outing of Jake Beck. 1 down in the inning. Let's see what pitch he got him on here. Nice breaking ball. His fourth strikeout of the game. 3 of them swinging. And now faces Leighton Bowers. First pitch misses low, ball 1. Bowers 0 for 1 today. Flew out to left in the first inning to end that frame. That was after back-to-back Trinity errors kept the inning alive. Strike call, just grabs the zone. Count now even at 1-1. Breaking ball misses towards the feet of Bowers. Nothing that Trinity would want more here than a 1-2-3 inning. Out hitting the Warhawks so far 6-1. Fouled the other way, high and out of play. That's in the danger zone of that parking lot out in left field. Couple dangerous places to park here on the campus of Trinity University. Out in left field, foul ground, and in right field, just outside of the wall between maybe dining hall and the ballpark. Pitch inside, 3-1. I've seen a few cracked windshields. The pitch from Beck. Inside, and that's ball 4. First walk of the game allowed by Beck. Not something he does a whole lot. Comes with 1 down in the inning. And it will set up Dominic McVeigh. Flew out to center field in his only plate appearance today. Whitewater in this potent offense. A lot of new faces in the lineup, but still that same philosophy. 1 down, 1 on. Pitch from Beck misses. Talking to Coach John Vodenlich, who's won 3 national championships with his program. Saying as a coach, you got 2 main jobs. You got to prioritize and emphasize. Pitch misses low, 2-0. And hitting is something they definitely prioritize and emphasize throughout their offseason. Mentioned it yesterday, stuck inside for so long during the winter in their offseason that they really just work in the batting cages. Big reason why they're so proficient in hitting year after year. Waves at that pitch, and it's 2-1. Beck battling back in this plate appearance. They have changed the scoreboard. It did say that Trinity was out hitting Whitewater 6-1. That is now 7-0, which sounds right. I was wondering where the hit from Whitewater came from. Beck now in a 2-1 count. Runner on first by way of the walk. Pitch misses in the dirt, 3-1, and Beck falling behind batters here in the 4th inning. Struck out the leadoff man he faced in Honkamp. Allowed Bowers to reach by way of the walk. Somebody the Tigers are probably counting on for a little bit of length here in the doubleheader. Want Beck to go as long as they can. This is tapped foul to the backstop. Runs the count full. Back-to-back full counts worked by Whitewater batters. Sun slowly setting here in San Antonio. A 4 p.m. first pitch today. Light breeze blowing in pretty consistently. 3-2, runner goes. This is lined but fouled into the screen, out of play. So Warhawks had the hit and run on. Not a team that stole bases at an incredibly high rate. 47th in the nation with 99 total stolen bases last year, but very aggressive on the base paths in terms of when balls were put in play yesterday. The 3-2. This is fouled over my head on the roof of the Bell Center. 1, 2, and it jumps off, so we'll never know how many hops that had. Of course, Whitewater scoring a run on a ground ball where the Tigers were trying to turn a double play. Runner scored from second. Creative base running there. 3-2 pitch. Pickoff attempt unsuccessful. And then there was that sequence in the 9th inning where Whitewater had a double. Or actually, it was only a base hit cut off by Singhania in right. And it was Danny Hopper who tried to score from first. Wound up being thrown out. Swing and a miss here. Second strikeout of the inning for Jake Beck. Gets McVeigh. See if it was the breaking ball again. There it is. That's been his put-away pitch today. Brings up Nelson Phillips in his first season with the Warhawks, 0 for 1 today. Ropes one into left field. Matthews coming in and makes the catch. Jake Beck working around a one-out walk in the inning, still holding Whitewater scoreless. His team up 5-0. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth in San Antonio. You're watching Tiger Network. Welcome back to San Antonio. New arm on the mound for the Warhawks. It's Cole Schwoko, who enters the game for the first time this season. Facing number 9 hitter John Ramsey, who lines one to left field, but just fouled. First pitching change of the day, as Franklin Kirchner's day is done. Responsible for 5 runs through 3 innings. As Whitewater heads to the bullpen. Tigers batted around the order in the 3rd inning, so Ramsey, who led off the last inning, leads off this one. Pitch misses just outside. Ramsey already 1 for 1 today with a leadoff double in the last frame. Swing and a miss from the pitch from Schwoko, who finds himself ahead 1-2. Schwoko, the junior from Clyde, Ohio. New with the Whitewater program. Right-handed pitcher, a junior. This one just tapped foul, 1-2. So back-to-back arms for Whitewater making their debut with the program, something that was expected after 3 of the 5 returning arms that Whitewater has available to them all through yesterday. The 1-2 pitch. Misses high. Good take by Ramsey. Only 14 arms listed on Whitewater's roster. Only 5 of them were on the team last year when they won the national championship. So it makes sense that we get a lot of debuts this weekend. The 2-2 from Schwoko. Outside, and the count runs full. Now the 3-2 to Ramsey. Inside, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Trinity. The third time in 4 innings they've had the leadoff man aboard. And once again, it sets up the top of this Tiger lineup. Caleb Woodward, who's reached in both of his plate appearances a double to lead off the game for Trinity offensively, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning.
And also, this is the racing down.
Runner goes, and Ramsey, pitch fouled off by
mean
Woodward.
That racism is not a problem.
Talked about this a little last season for those of you who tuned in. Trinity operates on a green light offense, meaning the batters can call hit and runs whenever they want to. Looked like Woodward called one there.
How fucking white-centric is that?
Scannell and the staff trusting their players to know when the right time to do that is.
Because people think it's, oh, this is what the
0-1, not yet.
Twitter, unfortunately,
Schwoko throws to first. Ramsey able to step back, standing up.
It does have cultural pull. If they see
Beautiful weekend out here for opening day. Tigers trying to split these first 2. Strike called. Woodward finds himself down 0-2. Working against the lefty. Schwoko delivers. Woodward lines one into right field, and that's down for a base hit. Rolling all the way to the warning track. Ramsey at third. He will come around trying to score. The throw is not in time. It gets away. All the way to the backstop, and Woodward will take third. Goes down as an RBI double for Caleb Woodward. And Trinity up 6-0 in command of this one early. We've seen the Tigers so often hit the ball the other way today. This time Caleb Woodward pulling it into the right center field gap. And Ramsey able to come all the way around. Seen some aggressive base running on both sides. And this will warrant a mound visit, as Schwoko has come into the game early and surrendered a run without recording an out yet. It was a Tigers offense that was determined to bounce back. Talked about yesterday how excited everyone was to play. And then a disappointing effort on opening night. Have already recorded more hits than they did the entirety of last night. Only scored 2 runs. Didn't really have any opportunities to score runs. Had the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th, and that was their best opportunity all night. Only managed to squeeze 1 run out of that. A strong bounce-back performance so far through 4 innings today. Already with 6 runs on the board. Out hitting Whitewater 8-0 right now. The only blemish on the Tigers' performance today would be the errors that they had in the first inning. 3 total errors defensively. But they have not hurt them yet. Whitewater still scoreless. Trinity plate 6. And now Callan Singhania up to bat. Pitch just misses out of the hand of Schwoko. (1-0) to Singhania. Drives one foul over the Wisconsin-Whitewater bullpen in right field. Singhania has reached today, walked in the first inning. A failed sacrifice bunt, which he popped up, was his next plate appearance. All told, he's 0 for 1. Infield is in for Whitewater. Pitch in the dirt, and a nice block by Aaron Holland. One thing to keep in mind that I like to bring up every now and then, particularly with a runner on third, is this brick backstop does return the baseball to the catcher very quickly in a lot of circumstances. Something these Trinity players are very aware of practicing here every day. Woodward waiting on third with nobody out. Infield still in. And that hits Singhania. 3 straight Tigers reach in the innings. Still nobody out. It will bring up probably the last bat Wisconsin-Whitewater wants to see right now. Will Baker 2 for 2 today, a single and a double, 3 RBI. Hopper still plays in at third, the rest of the infield at double play depth. First pitch outside. Ball 1. Tigers trying to extend this lead as much as they can, knowing what Wisconsin-Whitewater's offense is capable of. Averaged 15 runs per game in that College World Series. Baker lines one on the ground into left field. Woodward comes around to score, and the Tigers are up 7-0. Add another RBI for Will Baker on the day. Putting a clinic on how to hit the ball the other way. A seeing eye ground ball. Will Baker 3 for 3 today. And it brings up Nick Jones. Jones 0 for 2 today. He's flown out and grounded out. Works with nobody down in the inning. First pitch taken high, ball 1. Singhania waits on second, and Baker on first after his RBI single. Tigers with 9 hits just through 4 innings. Pitch runs inside. Count 2-0. Nick Jones waiting. Working against the left-handed pitcher, Schwoko. Strike called. Schwoko the 2-1. Runner goes to third. The throw to third is not in time, it looks like. And Singhania is safe, a stolen base. A delayed call from the umpire initially. Looked safe live, and he is.
I love Connor, but they're putting him in some
Jones still working in a 2-2 count. Nobody down in the inning. Runners at the corners now.
Connor on my page, 'cause Connor, you're wearing some bullshit.
Breaking ball misses inside, 3-2. The stolen base for Singhania eliminates the triple play possibility if anybody was worried about that. Full count pitch. Outside ball 4, and the bases are loaded with Tigers. Trinity already up 7-0, trying to blow this thing open in the 4th inning. And Michael Lustina, the man who can do it. An RBI single the last time he was up. 1 for 2 on the day, all told. And it looks like that will be the day for Schwoko. Leaves this game surrendering 2 runs and did not record an out. A pitching change in San Antonio. We'll be back. The Tigers with the bases loaded.
in Milan. While hot, this is an outfit. This is an outfit. Bet Hudson's best looks, best outfit. A white tank top, like while he looks gorge. I'm still mad as fuck. Golden Globes got third place.
Welcome back. A new arm on the mound for Wisconsin-Whitewater. It's Sam Polyak. Comes in with the bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch fouled off by Lustina. Onto the roof of the Bell Center. 2, 3, 4, 5 hops. A couple of 5 hoppers today. Michael Lustina, 1 for 2 today. A base hit the last time he was up, an RBI along with it. Takes a pitch inside, 1-1. Bases loaded, nobody out. In an inning where the Tigers have already scored 2 runs. All of the runners on base would be charged to Schwoko. Polyak fires a strike, 1-2. The wind picking up a little bit. Still blowing in from right field. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat of Lustina, and we'll do it again. First right-handed pitcher on the mound for Whitewater today. Your back-to-back lefties, Kirchner and Schwoko through. Schwoko did not record an out. 1-2. Whitewater dugout wanted it, but they don't get it. Close pitch, just misses. Mentioned it earlier, down on the field before the game, something head coach Tim Scannell wanted, a good 2-strike approach. Lustina fouls another pitch off, and he continues to stay alive. Something he felt was lacking in Game 1, a big reason why the Tigers looked so flat offensively in that game. Just flummoxed with 2 strikes. Opening day starter for Whitewater, Brady Malco, notched 7 strikeouts on them. Now the 2-2 to Lustina. Ball in the dirt, nicely blocked by Holland. Singhania waiting on third, ready to come home. The situation presents itself. Singhania on third, Baker on second, Nick Jones on first. 3-2 pitch to Lustina. Polyak delivers. This ball is driven foul. Just went sky-high foul over the net. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Tigers coming off an inning where they already scored 4 and batted around the entire order, 1 through 9. Have already scored 2 in this frame and in a position, bases loaded, nobody out, trying to score more. And ball 4. Polyak comes in and walks the first batter he faces. It brings in a run, 8-0 Trinity. Back-to-back walks handed out by Wisconsin-Whitewater pitching. And the Tigers starting to get into a position where they might feel very comfortable headed down the stretch in this game. Thomas Moss, 1 for 2 today. He's in the batter's box. Base hit the last time he was up. Strike call, that's 0-1. The walk worked by Lustina, recorded as his second RBI of the game. He waits on first, Jones on second, Baker on third. 0-1 pitch to Moss. Ground ball slowly hit, and only one play for Spring is to get the out at first. So it goes down as an RBI ground out for Thomas Moss. Trinity extending the lead, it's 9-0. Goes down as the first out of the inning. 6-3 on the grounder. Thomas Moss getting his first RBI of the season. And Cal Coney up to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk today. Takes a strike. Thomas Moss, the first Tiger of the inning not to reach. It's gone double, hit by pitch, single, walk, and walk before the 6-3 grounder. Pitch just misses on the outside edge. The infield is in all the way around for Whitewater. Trying to cut off the run at home. Polyak delivers. Swing and a miss from Coney. Polyak got ahead on Lustina. Found himself in a 3-2 count after all of that. We'll see if Coney can battle back as well. The 1-2. Misses in the dirt. Another excellent block by Aaron Holland, who has yet to record a hit in this series, but has done excellent work behind the plate. Tigers up 9-0, looking for more. Check swing from Coney, didn't go around, and he has worked the count full. Sun starting to peek out over the field. Coney working in the 3-2. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. The third walk and 4 batters worked by Trinity batting. And it sets up Pierce Matthews for his second consecutive at-bat with the bases loaded. The first one recorded a single right up the middle. Was stopped by Jackson Spring, but Matthews still able to reach and record the RBI. This time he comes up with 1 out. Takes a pitch inside, ball 1. Back-to-back 4-run innings put up by Trinity. Looking for more. Just misses, and Whitewater pitching struggling to find command. Already 4 walks handed out in this inning. Matthews ahead 2-0. Make it 3-0. Just struggling to throw strikes. A very new pitching staff, as we mentioned earlier. A lot of these guys making their debuts, including Polyak, the first year and native of Wisconsin, making his collegiate debut. 3-0 pitch finds the zone for strike 1. Runners on second and third, 1 down in the inning. Ball 4. And that will bring in a run as the bases were loaded. Nick Jones comes home to score, and the Tigers have reached double digits. It's 10-0. The 5th walk of the inning handed out by Wisconsin-Whitewater pitching. And it might just be one of those Division III games. Tigers taking full advantage right now. John Ramsey fouls off the first pitch he sees. He led off the inning. And guess what? He led it off with a walk. Has reached in both of his plate appearances. Walked and doubled. Pitch misses again. Count even at 1-1. Ramsey, in his first appearance of the season, did not play in last night's game. Cam Champness getting the start at short. Part of the depth the Tigers feel they have offensively. Big part of the reason why they went to the College World Series last year. All the depth they had. Able to cycle through so many different guys that could all hit. 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. And Polyak in danger of walking in another run. Ramsey waits for the 3-1 pitch. The bases remain loaded, filled with Tigers. Misses ball 4, and the 4th consecutive walk. Goes down as an RBI for John Ramsey as Michael Lustina scores the run. And this is getting a little bit ugly. Trinity now up 11-0. As this Whitewater bullpen has just struggled to throw strikes. Lineup flips over. Caleb Woodward still one down in the inning. Bases remain loaded. Pitch misses again. We have had 3 consecutive walks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive walks out of the last 6 batters. Woodward fouls that pitch off. All of that between Polyak and Schwoko, the 2 relievers to come onto the mound for Whitewater. Them in relief of Franklin Kirchner. Kirchner throwing 3 innings, giving up 5 earned runs. Strike called. Seen Polyak in this inning get to 1-2 counts like this. Hasn't been able to finish yet. Trying to do so here against Woodward, who's reached all 3 times he's been up. 2 doubles and a hit by pitch. Pitch misses in the dirt. Again, Holland having to block it. Holland, the type of guy you would think Whitewater would like to catch in both of their games if they can. Maybe he'll play DH. Definitely want to get that bat in the lineup. Big swing and a miss from Woodward, and he strikes out. 2 down in the inning. So finally, Whitewater can see the light at the end of the tunnel in this 4th inning. It has dragged on. 6 runs have come across for the Tigers. They lead 11-0. And Callan Singhania making his 2nd plate appearance of the inning. Was hit by a pitch earlier in this frame and came around to score. Pitch misses high, ball 1. Singhania 0 for 1 today, but he has reached twice, the hit by pitch and a walk in the 1st inning. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Wisconsin-Whitewater filled with so many new faces on this pitching staff. A lot of that has to do with the departures of Cade Hansen, Logan Eisenbarth, and Max Husbo, the main staples in the rotation. Pitch misses high, 2-1. All of them with ERAs under 3.5. So a lot of uncertainty with Wisconsin-Whitewater this year. This series a good test case against another top 10 opponent. Trying to see where they are. Swing and a miss from Singhania, 2-2. Coach Vodelich saying that he sees this series as a developmental series for his guys. Talking to both coaching staffs throughout the week. Both of them knowing how much things can change even in a single season. 2-2 pitch. Singhania fouls it into the screen, and we're not quite done yet. Bases still loaded, as they have been for the majority of this inning at this point. Tigers have blown it open, up 11-0. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts for Polyak, but not before the Tigers do maximum damage. 6 runs scored in the 4th, 10 runs scored in their last 2 frames. The offensive awakening We'll head to the 5th inning on Tiger Network. Tigers in complete command. Welcome back to the Alamo City on the campus of Trinity University. Wyatt Jensen leads the inning off for the Warhawks, who find themselves down 6-0. Ground ball to Coney, ranging to field it and throws in time, as Jake Beck gets a quick out number 1 in the top of the 5th, working on a long extended period of rest after Trinity batted around in the order and then some. Jackson Spring now stepping into the batter's box, 0 for 1 today. Flew out to right, takes strike 1. So the big question of this inning, you would assume, is see how Jake Beck handles the long rest. Was sitting on the bench for quite some time. Breaking ball misses, 1-1. Misses just low. He gets the nod of affirmation from his catcher. Whitewater down 11-0 in this game. 2-1 pitch. Grounded to Coney, who's seen a lot of work today. And once again, fields and throws in time. 2 down in the inning. Cal Coney has seen a lot of baseballs hit his way today. According to my score sheet, this is the 5th inning. He's seen one hit his way in 4 of them. As the lineup flips over, Aaron Holland still looking for his first hit of the game. Ahead of that pitch, fouls it off, 0-1. A strikeout and a ground out to Coney, of course. Beck ahead, 0-1. Breaking ball misses. Evens the count. Holland so prolific last year offensively. Trying to replicate some of that again. Talked to his head coach about him. Says that he's the type of player that's ready to take on any challenge as he drives this one to left field. Matthews camping under it. Can of corn. And makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning worked by Jake Beck. As we're halfway through this one in San Antonio, Trinity with the commanding 11-0 lead on Tiger Network. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Bottom of the 5th inning, Tigers up to bat, up 11-0. And Will Baker trying to add on to a 3-for-3 day. Fouls the ball off the other way into the net above the Tiger dugout. Trinity housed on the third base side of Trinity University Ballpark. Will Baker with 4 RBIs today. Takes a ball. Sam Polyak remains on the mound, the first year making his collegiate debut. Was able to get out of that first inning. Only 1 run charged to him. 5 runs charged to Schwoko, who he replaced. Came in with the bases loaded and nobody out. Allowed all of those runners to score, plus 1 of his own. Pitch misses 3-1, and walks were the issue for Whitewater in that last frame. 6 walks allowed in the 4th inning by Whitewater pitching. Baker hits this one high to center field. McVeigh drifting back towards the warning track and makes the catch. 1 down in the inning. Nick Jones now coming up. Walked the last time he was up, 0 for 2 outside of that. Jones DHing today, something he's probably going to have to do throughout the year. Has dealt with some injury problems, particularly with his legs. Dealing with a minor hamstring issue lately. Fouls this right to the top of the screen, out of play. Count 0-1. Missed 16 games due to injury last season. It was a large collection of injuries in his first year with Trinity last year. Backs out of the way of that pitch, 1-1. But he said something he's going to have to work on, and something that's going to have to develop over the course of the year if he does DH is just being able to focus between at-bats as defense helps him clear his head a little bit. Pitch misses low, 2-1. This is an outfield that will likely be shifted around for the most part, with the exception of Caleb Woodward playing in center field. Pitch misses 3-1. Jones waiting, the 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4, and the second consecutive walk worked by Nick Jones. This one of the 1-out variety. Michael Lustina now coming up. Walked the last time he was up. He also has a base hit in this game. A lot of returners on this Trinity team, but yet talking to Coach Scannell about the team and the expectations for this year, says there really aren't any. Says that's not how he works, doesn't really deal with expectations, just wants to get better every day. Asked him if this team felt like it had a sense of urgency, and he says he hopes not. Says he feels like despite the fact that 70% of the roster is returning, it feels like a new team, particularly in a lot of key parts. Lustina takes a strike, 1-1. It's a team that's missing some pitchers at the top of the staff. Of course, Trajan Lee was the opening day starter last year. He departed. Nick Lazera, a key bat, one of their best bats last year. Swing and a miss from Lustina, 1-2, along with Brandon Nelson, Kai Tinker, Maddox McDonald, a lot of premier hitters in this lineup that aren't there anymore. So even though a lot of the team is back, it's a lot of guys filling new spots that they're unfamiliar with. Lustina takes a pitch, makes it 2-2. Lustina, a good example of that, played a lot of second base last year, splitting time with Cal Coney. Now the primary starter at third base, trying to find a new role, a regular in this lineup. Pitch inside, 3-2. The thing that this coaching staff loved about the team was that they were committed to a culture change. They wanted to be coached harder, be held more accountable. Practice was held at a very high pace, and from a lot of what I've heard being around the team, a lot of those traits have continued to this year, with so much of the team being the same. Lustina hits one out to left field, back towards the foul pole at the wall, and it is foul. Had the distance, just not the angle. So we'll do the 3-2 pitch all over again. Coach Scannell saying he loves this group. They work their tails off, and they seem super hungry. The attributes of a lot of successful teams. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball to left field. Phillips under it, has to take a couple of steps forward and makes the catch for out number 2. It was a common theme when talking to Coach John Vodenlich as well about what his team felt the previous year after losing the College World Series, that second place trophy. They said they wanted to throw it away. Thomas Moss now up to bat. Moss with a base hit in this game, 1 for 3 overall. Pitch misses low, 1-0. The key theme between these two World Series contenders was hunger, it seemed like. The desire to win and be better. Both these teams able to do that. A pretty successful level. Moss has to spin out of the way of that pitch inside. Count 2-0. And now these two squads matching up in each of their first series of the year after they met in the College World Series last season. Two premier programs. When you think Division III baseball, these two programs may be the first few that you're going to think of. Swing and a miss from Moss on the last pitch. 2 down in the inning. Jones waiting on first. Moss drives one out to center field. McVeigh going back to the warning track and makes the catch just shy of it to end the inning. Trinity still with the 11-0 lead. We'll head to the 6th in San Antonio. Welcome back to One Trinity Place in San Antonio, Texas. Jake Beck remains on the mound for the Tigers, who have the 11-0 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. He'll face the top of this Wisconsin-Whitewater lineup, and Andy Thies. He's 0 for 2 today, a ground out, and he's also reached on an error. Takes ball 1. Opening weekend, a lot of Tiger alumni in town and tuning in. Got to run into Max Milligan after the game last night. In town for this one, watching some of his former teammates play. Of course, Max graduated last year. Was the beekeeper. That was one of our favorite facts on the stream. The fact that his family did beekeeping. Ground ball, Ramsey at short. Makes the throw in time. Had the drift to his left in order to make that play. Quickly one down in the inning as Beck continues to cruise. Beck coming into this game at 66 pitches. And not many more on that at bat with Thies. Hopper now in the batter's box. 0 for 2 today, struck out twice. Taps one foul to the backstop. Also got in touch with Ty Preston last night, who was watching the stream opening day. Apparently he's doing a clinical rotation at a hospital in Corpus, so always cool to see what Trinity baseball alumni are doing after they graduate. Always good to hear from those guys that you get to meet and get to know along the way when you call their games. Last pitch misses from Beck, 1-1. Swinging a foul ball. Well, Dave Smith told us that they were not going to pull Jake Beck after 4 2/3 anymore. Did not pitch 5 innings in any game last year. Pitching into the 6th now. And they appreciate, I'm sure, as much length as they can get out of him. Swing and a miss here, and that's strike 3. Another strikeout for Jake Beck, the first one of the 6th inning. And Danny Hopper has struck out 3 times in this game. And a pinch hitter coming out for Wisconsin-Whitewater. As it looks like that'll be Jackson Koenig. Takes a pitch just outside. So Koenig replacing Honkamp. We'll see if he plays first base or not. Koenig also capable of pitching. So we'll see if that gets used at any point in this game. Swing and a miss here, 1-1. Jackson Koenig returning from last year. Made 15 appearances, 3 starts. Pitching. Was also 3 for 12 at the plate with 3 RBIs. Pitch in the dirt, and that hits him. Just got the foot of Koenig. And the first base runner for Wisconsin-Whitewater reaches in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Leighton Bowers now steps up to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk. Whitewater in danger of losing their first game of the season earlier, way earlier than they did last time. Started 18-0 last season, had multiple 10-game win streaks. Breaking ball misses low and inside from Beck, 1-0. It was a team that got off to the scorching start, mentioned it. 18-0 record, 10-plus runs scored in 13 of the 18 games. Then they eventually lost back-to-back games. Here's a chopper, ground ball. Baker will flip to Beck for out number 3, and that will end the inning. As Jake Beck continues to roll. He's thrown 6 scoreless in this one. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th on Tiger Network.
Elevation, that's what it is. Also, my electronics are also high.
Welcome back to opening weekend in San Antonio, Texas. The Tigers with the 11-0 lead on Wisconsin-Whitewater. Polyak back out there. He's thrown the last 2 innings for the Warhawks as he faces Cal Coney. Coney has walked the last 2 times he's come up to the plate. Takes strike 1 to even the count at 1 apiece. Mentioned the defensive action that Cal Coney has had. So far, he's made every play on balls hit to him. This one bouncing into the dirt and all the way to the screen. Goes down as ball 2. Talking to Cal in the offseason, just looking at him, you can tell he's just a lot leaner, a lot quicker, helping with his lateral movement. Able to get to a lot more balls than maybe he wouldn't have been able to last year. Breaking ball misses inside, 3-1. Whitewater trying to get what they can out of Polyak right now. The doubleheader will commence 40 minutes after the conclusion of this game. Fouled off the end of the bat of Coney. It was scheduled for 7 p.m. We'll see if that actually happens. I have my doubts. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning right now. We got 3 more to play. As I understand it, both of these teams insistent on playing 9 innings. And Coney drilled. And that is unfortunate for him. This is one of the things I like bringing up when anybody gets hit by a pitch in a 3-ball count. Because if I were a batter in that situation, I'd be thinking, really? You missed there? You could have missed anywhere else and I would have been on base anyways. But Coney gets hit nonetheless. Would have been his 3rd consecutive walk. Instead, it's a hit by pitch. And now Pierce Matthews comes up to the plate. Matthews with a base hit and a walk in this game. His season debut. That's fouled into the mask of Aaron Holland. And the home plate umpire looks like giving a nice courtesy, bringing out the baseball to Polyak. Giving Holland an extra second, who was just gonged in the face of the foul ball. I know the mask is there, but that cannot feel good. The 0-1. Matthews fouls this one onto the roof of the Bell Center. Moment of truth. 1, 2, 3, and I lost sight of it. Not a record breaker anyways. The 0-2 count. Matthews fouls it into the screen, and we'll do it again. Mentioned Pierce Matthews. He really started his Trinity career with a bang. That epic comeback against Babson College 2 years ago. His first career at bat, a 3-run homer in that historic bottom of the 8th inning where the Tigers were down 14-5. Came all the way back to win. Was a Pierce Matthews 3-run homer that a lot of people on that team say gave them belief that they could actually somehow win this game. And then the next weekend against Wisconsin-Whitewater, game 3 of that series when the Tigers were down, called strike 3 inside edge, and Matthews goes down looking for out number 1 of this inning. But that grand slam put Trinity ahead for the first time in that game and in that series. Was a series that Whitewater had dominated to that point. Scores of 14-3 and 21-2, and yet the Tigers were able to win the next 2 games and salvage a split. Strike called on John Ramsey, who comes up to bat. Has reached all 3 times he's been up. A double and 2 walks. Works with 1 down. Coney on first. Pitch from Polyak. Swinging a foul ball into the screen behind Ramsey, 0-2. This is always an interesting thing to think about. When you score a lot of runs in the first half of a doubleheader, it can be easy to get a little lackadaisical in the second half of it. Second half of the first game, I should say, but you still got another game to play. Need to keep some momentum so you can ride it into game 2. Tigers trying to do that here. Ramsey takes that pitch. Count now 1-2. Tigers with the 11-0 lead, in firm command of this game. Ramsey puts a charge in one to deep left field. Back at the wall, and the sliding grab not made by Phillips. It hits the ground. Coney unsure if that was going to be caught or not, so he could only run to second. It goes down as one of the longest singles I have ever seen. Ramsey aboard for the 4th time today. We'll see the replay. The attempt from Phillips in left field. Just barely off his glove in fair territory. Nice call made by the home plate umpire. And it sets up the top of this Trinity order, trying to add on even more runs. Caleb Woodward reached 3 times today. Struck out the last time he was up, but 2 for 3 overall. Sends a scorching ground ball. Flip to second in time. Throw to first. Good for the double play. 4-6-3 twin killing to end the 6th. We'll roll on to the 7th in San Antonio. Tigers with the 11-0 lead. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. Jake Beck back on the mound for the Tigers in the 7th. First pitch to Dominic McVeigh is ball 1. Easily the longest that Jake Beck has gone into a game in his Trinity career. Facing McVeigh, who's 0 for 2 in this game, struck out the last time he was up. Falls behind 2-0. There is some action in the Trinity bullpen. Some light throwing happening. And a car alarm on the distance. This is shot into center field. Coney tries to pick it, but not able to. And there goes the no-hitter in the 7th. Dominic McVeigh gets the first hit of the day for Wisconsin-Whitewater. Inside-out swing out to center field. Coney able to get a glove on it, but no chance at that play. And we can all blame the car alarm. Runner goes, and McVeigh safe with a stolen base. Led the team in terms of returning players from last season's national championship team in stolen bases, and gets another one to add on to his Whitewater career numbers. Nelson Phillips up to the plate. Put some good swings on today. If there were a Whitewater batter to get a hit before this, it probably would have been him. Lined out to second at Coney, and a liner to left field that was hauled in by Matthews. This is lined once again, but right at John Ramsey waiting at short. So the 3rd consecutive line shot off the bat of Phillips that is right at a Trinity Tiger. 1 down in the inning. And we have all kinds of calamity happening at the ballpark today. There is a car alarm, and it sounds very unhappy, and the dogs that are in attendance are barking at the car alarm, so there's just a lot of noise happening right now around this game. Wyatt Jensen takes ball 1 from Beck. Jensen 0 for 2 today. Has lined out to short and grounded out to second. This is popped up out of play onto the roof of the Bell Center. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. Finds himself in a 1-1 count. I don't know how much the crowd mic is picking up this car alarm, but it is quite something. And it's been going for a while. Oh, it stopped. That's good. This is a chopper foul. Jensen looking for his first hit of this game. A reminder that Game 2 of this doubleheader will happen 40 minutes after the conclusion of this game. Looks like we will be dead even at 1 game apiece. This top 10 matchup picked to second, and McVeigh able to get back in safely. Beck, who remains out there in his 7th inning of work. The 1-2. Breaking ball misses inside. We'll see who the Tigers throw in relief after Beck. Now that the no-hitter bid is over, not much of a reason to keep him out there beyond this inning. The score being what it is, 11-0. Breaking ball misses, and it gets away from Moss. So McVeigh will take his 90 feet and head to third. Also brings this count to 3-2. Three-two pitch from Beck. McVeigh waiting on third. Wyatt Jensen in the batter's box. Inside, ball 4, and he loses him. So we'll go down as only the 2nd inning where multiple Whitewater batters have reached. And that only other inning happened with 2 errors. And pitching coach Dave Smith will come out. We'll see if this is the day for Beck or not, or just something to calm him down. Runners at the corners with 1 down in the inning. Looks like this is just a discussion. Beck so far a career long in innings. Had only thrown 4 2/3 before this in his first year. And pitching coach Dave Smith, true on his word, saying he was not a guy we were going to pull at that point in the game anymore. We were going to let him throw. Talked about how much the arsenal has developed for Jake Beck. You've seen that breaking ball being so effective, the amount of strikeouts he's had. Said he won last year just by throwing strikes. This year became more of a pitcher. 6 strikeouts today, and only just allowed his 2nd walk of the night. Faces Jackson Spring, who takes ball 1. Pitch count up to 90 for Jake Beck. And Beck misses there, 2-0. See how long the leash is if he allows the 9-hole hitter Spring to reach. The shortstop 0 for 2 today, a fly out and a ground out. Throw to first on the pickoff attempt. And able to get back in safely was Jensen. to Whitewater offense that's been held in check today. Talked about how good they were last year, and that's one of the big question marks this year is can they keep that same level of production or anything like it, really? Beck falling behind 3-0 now, in danger of loading the bases and giving Whitewater their first real scoring opportunity since the first inning. Rio finds the zone, strike one. Beck trying to battle back in this at-bat. 3-1 pitch. Runner goes. This is lined into right field. It's a base hit. Run will score for Whitewater. The RBI single for Jackson Spring, and the Warhawks are on the board. Only the second hit of the game given up by Jake Beck. And this one a line shot the other way, as the bottom of the order has come to play for Whitewater, and they have chased Beck from the game. Dave Smith coming out to make the change. The first pitching change of the day for Trinity, as Jake Beck throws 6 1/3 almost scoreless innings and gets a standing ovation from the opening weekend crowd here at Trinity University. A career day for Jake Beck, and many more to come. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. A new arm on the mound for the first time today for the Tigers. It's Joey Hagan, the sophomore from San Clemente, California. Made 4 appearances, 1 start last season, pitched 5 innings for Trinity. Makes his season debut against the top of this Whitewater lineup in Aaron Holland. Check swing the other way, could be 2. Throw to second in time, throw to first, Hagan covering, and it's a double play. One pitch, 2 outs for Joey Hagan, and that's how we will stretch in San Antonio. Bottom of the 7th, coming up on Tiger Network.
Most efficient pitcher in Division III baseball. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Well, he actually couldn't have. He did the best he could given the situation he was in. I didn't get to tell the story, so that's a pitch another inning. That's as good as it gets. He's doing good.
Welcome back. The last bit of sunlight slowly fading over the city of San Antonio and Trinity University. Tigers up 11-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Callan Singhania leading the inning off and sends a fly ball into foul territory. Playable maybe, and the catch made along the Wisconsin-Whitewater bullpen. One down in the inning. The nice catch made by Maddox Hubbard, it looked like. I think I saw number 31. And actually, it looked like that was Koenig in at first base who made the catch. Strike called on Will Baker. Steps up to the plate. Baker 3 for 4 today. 2 singles, a double, and 4 RBI. Tigers 10 for 26 at the plate overall. You're going to win a lot of games if you're hitting like that. 385 average, and on top of that, 9 walks handed out by Whitewater pitching today. Ball in the dirt, 2-1. A 2-1 pitch to Baker. Inside out swing, fouled off the end of the bat, well out of play towards the parking lot, the danger zone for all the cars parked there. Double danger, because double the innings today, a doubleheader. That's something that Trinity will have to get used to. The SCAC traditionally did not play doubleheaders, went Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 1 game each day. The SAA likes their doubleheaders. Swing and a miss from Baker. And the first 2 Tigers are retired in this inning by Polyak, who remains out there. And Nick Jones coming up to the plate. He's walked the last 2 times he's been up. 0 for 2 overall. Jones fouls it into the screen. Count 0-1. The wind has mostly died down here in San Antonio. The lights beginning to take full effect. Will be in full effect by the time this one ends, presumably. Jones has to bend out of the way of an inside pitch. Nearly hit him. The 1-1. Ball high, 2-1. One thing to think about as this series goes on is the Tigers have yet to use a lot of their premier arms, particularly in the bullpen. Their rotation thrown into disarray with 2 of their transfer arms that they were expecting to have a big part into this season. Down with injury right now. This is fouled off, out of play, into the spectator zone. Ooh, close call. That ball came straight down from the heavens and nearly got someone in the crowd. That was close. All said and done, nobody hurt. And you'll see where this ball came down. So close to hitting somebody in the head. Just hits that railing. 2-2 pitch, fouled off. Stays on the playing side of the fence this time, or the screen, I should say. Two-two pitch. Jones fouls this onto the roof of the Bell Center. Moment of truth. 1, 2, 3, and that one died. It's that hill. The roof here is not even. That's a misconception, I think. A lot of people think this is just a flat roof. It is not. There are peaks and valleys in it. And if you hit one of them wrong, the ball just loses a lot of momentum on its second hop. So there's a scientific element to this. I'm not an engineering student, but there's definitely something going on. It needs to strike the roof at like the right place in order to get maximum elevation and maximum hops. 3-2 is ripped to left into the Tiger bullpen. Everybody having to get out of the way. And we'll redo this 3-2 pitch with 2 down in the inning. Bottom of the 7th, the Tigers up 11-1. In position for their first win of the year. Ball 4. So Nick Jones works the count full and gets a walk out of it. His 3rd consecutive walk. His 3rd walk of the game overall, and it brings up Michael Lustina. 1 for 3 in this game, has walked as well. Jones's walk there, the 10th walk handed out by Whitewater pitching. Strike called. Next pitch just misses. Trying to get out of this inning. 2 down in the frame. Looks like there's been a defensive replacement at catcher. Tough to see who that is. Called strike 1 and 2. Whoever it is wearing the gear. Can't really see the number that well. Looks like it's Lincoln Asher, if I had to take my best guess. Replaced Aaron Holland behind the dish. Getting the rest of the day off. Chopper sent over the Tiger dugout, housed on the 3rd base side of Trinity University baseball field. Makes sense to take out Aaron Holland, your best offensive player. The score being what it is, him playing catcher, maybe you can use him for the second half of this doubleheader. We'll see what the plan is for Coach John Vodenlich. Takes a pitch outside. Deuce is on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down in the inning. Jones waiting on first still. Pitch to Lustina. Sends a chopper to short. And they'll go the short way to Thies, excuse me, for the out that ends the frame. Top of the 8th inning coming your way on Tiger Network. Trinity in command, 11-1. Welcome back to One Trinity Place in San Antonio, Texas. The lights so close to taking full effect in the first half of this doubleheader on Tiger Network. Joey Hagan back on the mound, the only relief pitcher used by Trinity so far in this game. Going against Andy Thies, who sends a chopper to second, where Coney able to field in time as Cal Coney's busy defensive day continues. So far, so good here in the 8th inning. One down in the frame. Danny Hopper, the third baseman, who has struck out in all 3 at-bats, all those against Jake Beck, the Tigers starter, who went 6 1/3. Hopper takes strike 1. 6 1/3, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, only 1 earned run, and only 2 hits allowed. Both of those coming in the 7th, a no-hitter through 6. Breaking ball from Hagen misses. If the name Hagen sounds familiar to any Whitewater fans watching, that's because it is. Joey's brother Jack Hagen won the College World Series with Wisconsin-Whitewater just last year. Swing and a miss, strike 2. I asked Joey who his brother would be rooting for, and apparently he was roommates with Brady Malco, the opening night starter last night for Whitewater. This is lined and fouled out of play down the right field line. Said that as long as Malco was pitching, Jack would root for Whitewater. But for the rest of the games, he's rooting for Joey and Trinity. The 1-2. Hit out of play. Roof of the Bell Center. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, and that hit a pipe. Lost its full potential. The 1-2. Went around. No, he didn't, according to the first base umpire. Looked like Hopper waved at that pitch. Would have been his 4th strikeout of the night. We'll see it here. Yeah, right on the edge. Next pitch from Hagen misses high and inside. Count runs full. So Jack Hagen, in terms of who he's rooting for in this game, perfect. Trinity looks like they're going to win this one. Whitewater and his roommate winning last night. Chopper, of course, sent to Coney. Fields in time, 2 down in the inning. The ball has gone to Cal Coney like he's a magnet, and he's been able to handle it every time so far. Jackson Koenig up to bat. Sends a chopper foul. Koenig walked in his only plate appearance today. Pinch hitter in the 6th inning. Getting his first action of 2026. Defensive replacement also at first base. Pitch gets away, it's 1-1. Joey Hagen trying to finish out this game against his brother's former team. Pitch misses outside, 2-1. One of the things that Joey Hagen has going for him is he's 6'7", real downhill action coming on that baseball. Swing and a miss. And Koenig almost lost his footing swinging at that one. Count even at 2-2. Pitch rides inside, a little bit low too. Count runs full. Joey Hagen looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Koenig looking for a 2-out walk if he can get it. Ground ball sent to Ramsey. Throw to first, a little high, but in time. A 1-2-3 inning worked by Joey Hagen will send us to the bottom of the 8th in San Antonio. You're watching Tiger Network Trinity with the 11-1 lead. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity University. The Tigers with the 11-1 lead over the defending national champions, and Danny Hopper, position player, will pitch to finish this one out. Going against Thomas Moss. Onto the roof of the Bell Center. 2, 3, only 4 on that one. Some extra hope if we can get foul balls onto the roof here, because the guy pitching is Hopper. This is smashed into left field and into the left center field gap. Moss headed around second, thinking about 3, but will eventually pull up for a no-out leadoff double. Second hit of the game for Thomas Moss. Comes in the 8th inning. First extra base hit for him of the season. And now Cal Coney coming up to the plate. Coney has reached in his last 3 plate appearances. Takes an inside pitch for a strike. Yet to have a hit in this game, but 2 walks and a hit by pitch. So he's been on the bases plenty of times. Takes a ball high, 1-1. There is a pinch hitter, it looks like, waiting on deck in the form of Jack Henning, the sophomore from Houston, Texas, about to see his first action of the year. Coney takes a ball outside, 2-1. Coney fouls one towards the Bell Center. And on it, 2, 3. That kind of took a weird bounce off of an obstruction. I don't know if that counts. Lost a lot of momentum there. Hopper forcing a lot of hoppers on the roof of the Bell Center. 2-2 pitch. Line to right field. Jensen ranging over, but it falls harmlessly out of play into the Whitewater bullpen. Nobody out in the inning. Runner on second in the form of Thomas Moss. A dominating game from Trinity. They really took over in the 3rd and 4th innings. Coney now in a full count. A 4-run inning and a 6-run inning, respectively. A lot of Whitewater walks, allowing Trinity to pull away and add another one. The 11th walk handed out by Wisconsin-Whitewater pitching today. And now Jack Henning will come out to bat. Replaces Pierce Matthews in this game. Matthews, who went 1 for 3 with a walk. And now Henning all set to make his season debut. Played in 12 games last year, started in 4, average of 176. Takes a strike. Henning, one of the names that Coach Scannell brought up when thinking about that extra position player spot that seems to be kind of in limbo. Soft ground ball. And Spring will take the easy play at first for out number 1. Both runners advancing 2nd and 3rd. Winds up being a productive at-bat for Henning. And it brings up the bottom of the order in John Ramsey. Ramsey looking to reach base for the 5th time today. Ahead 0-1. He has 2 walks, a double and a single, 2 for 2 on the day. Top of that, 2 runs and an RBI. Ahead 2-0. Would become the 3rd player in this game for Trinity to walk 3 times. Instead, he drives one out to center field. McVeigh going back and makes the catch. Runner at 3rd tags in Moss and scores standing up. Trinity adds another one. It's 12-1 Tigers. Sacrifice fly for John Ramsey. gave this ball a ride. No wind to speak of right now. Both of those flags out in center field, dead. And another pinch hitter for Trinity, Evan Kuhl, takes a strike, so he replaces Caleb Woodward, whose day is done. Evan Kuhl, a dual sport athlete, plays safety for the football team, and the main characteristic for him is speed. Talking to some of his teammates about how fast he is, particularly Cam Champness, who plays shortstop, saying you can't just field the ground ball routinely with this guy. Bobble at third, and no chance to get him. Flying the 90 feet to first base. So Evan Kuhl able to reach. And another pinch hitter, Jack Spence. They're flying off the bench. Spence, who appeared in 3 games last year, has no career hits, looking for his first one with runners at the corners, 2 down. Fouls one off onto the roof of the batting cages, left field foul ground. The 1-1. Pitch misses low. Brett Somber has taken over at third base for Whitewater as Hopper is pitching, who played there for the entirety of the series so far. Spence lines one right at the waiting Thies, and that is the end of the 8th inning. Tigers add on another run, a sacrifice fly from John Ramsey. It's 12-1 Trinity. Whitewater down to their final 3 outs when we come back on Tiger Network. Welcome back. Final 3 outs of this one. Game 2 between Whitewater and Trinity. It is Brent Sommer, who was a defensive replacement at third base, gets his first at-bat of the game. Going against Joey Hagan, who remains in there. Trying to close this one out for Trinity. Score is currently 12-1 Trinity, despite what the scoreboard says. Went around and the count even at 1-1. So just get the sticky note, write 12, put it over where the 11 is, because it's 12-1 currently. Running a new stats program currently for baseball, and something a little wonky with it. Count 2-1 after that pitch misses. So missing a run right now, but it is on the scoreboard in the stadium. It is in our heads. It is in our hearts. 12-1. Pitch misses low. Umpire saying the count is 3-2 actually, so a full count Swing and a miss. And that's strike 3 for strikeout of the inning for Joey Hagan. 1 down in the 9th. And Dominic McVeigh now up to the plate. McVeigh, a base hit in his last at-bat, broke up Jake Beck's no-hitter. This a chopper to third. Lustina able to make the throw in time. 2 away. And it's all up to Nelson Phillips, the final out potentially of this game. The Tigers have controlled all the way through, out-hitting Whitewater 12-2. Those 2 hits for the Warhawks coming in the top of the 7th. No hit through 6, strike 1 to Phillips. Pitch misses, 1-1. A day that Trinity, at least for the first half of it, will be very content with. Did not strike out a whole lot today. And that was a big thing, a big point of emphasis before first pitch of this one, the 2-strike approach. Wanting to get better at that. Only struck out 5 times. Pitch misses, and it's 3-1. 2 down in the inning. Hagan trying to finish this one off. Ground ball. Ramsey ranges over, slides, and throws a little wide. And it will go down as the 3rd hit for Wisconsin-Whitewater. First of the day for Phillips, who probably earned it. 3 line shots, 3 outs prior to this. Actually may have been the weakest hit ball he's had all day. And now Wyatt Jensen, 0 for 2 today. Walked the last time he was up. Takes a ball low. Hagan trying to close this one out. Tigers conserving a lot of their premier arms in the bullpen for this next game should they need them. Strike called. Whitewater uncertain who their premier arms are to some degree. I mean, they have some idea with some of the 5 returners that they had from last year. Maybe they're excited about some transfers, but outside of that, a lot of unknown for this program right now. Swinging a foul ball. Brings the count to 1-2. Joey Hagan 1 strike away. It's a lot of what this series is, finding out where people are at in live game action, getting out of the practice routine for both of these teams. The 1-2 pitch. High, and now it's 2-2. Trinity trying to close a dominating 12-1 victory. Get their first win of 2026. Swing and a chopper, fair ground. Hagan has to pick it up, throw to first in time, and the Trinity Tigers knock in victory number 1. A 12-1 ball game that they controlled from the 3rd inning. And Joey Hagan with the final play, fielding his position to finish this one out. Tigers take a game in this series, at least one, and we'll find out if they can take another one over these next couple days. First pitch of the second half of this doubleheader will be in 40 minutes, so be sure to stay tuned for that one. But for now, I'm Cole Isaacson saying so long from San Antonio. Stay tuned for Game 2 of this doubleheader.